is going on, guys? We are back with another video today. It is 7 in the morning right now. Yesterday, me and Cody, who was my partner today. Unfortunately, yeah. But yesterday we filmed a video on the Lacs, jigging a bunch of shallow water walleyes. Made a little road trip, fished a little bit where we are today. Yesterday afternoon, found a few fish. Today we hope to crush a lot of fish.
Hopefully today they're a little bit more bitey than they were last night. So
yeah, we found like the motherlode last night. Caught a decent amount, but nothing crazy. But it was the middle of the day. It's like 80 degrees out in October. And today we hope in the morning anyways that they're a little bit more bitey. We got a little bit of wind. We're gonna make a run down to a spot where we saw an absolute pile of fish, I think, and hopefully catch a bunch. Predictions?
Oh, I'm gonna say every fish is gonna be 15 to 24 inches. We're gonna get one big one in there.
127er?
Some perch, some bass.
But the goal today, the whole goal of this trip was essentially to come jig shallow water walleyes and feel the line go whack. So there's nothing really too stressful about today. It's not like we're setting our sights at the stars really. As long as we can go out and jig a bunch of walleyes in less than 10 feet of water, I'm gonna be a happy guy today. So that's kind of the goal. We're gonna target a bunch of these real shallow fish, hopefully get a whole bunch of jig bites, and it's just a beautiful morning right off the bat. Gonna be like 80 degrees again today, but we'll see you guys when we get to the spot. Gonna make a little run and hopefully find some fish. Boom! Cody.
No way.
Literally just powered the boat down and look at the graph.
Oh, that's greasy.
Daddy, I like it. Look at that, dude. Obviously, you know, we kind of did a little scouting yesterday and pulled up on this spot right here, as you can see. But soak it in today, Cody, because these are the days that
beautiful.
You will remember when your toes are cold, your fingers are frozen, and you're thinking, why do I even do this ice fishing thing come mid-January? Beautiful day. It's going to get hot and windy today, but stay tuned because I think we're about to throttle down on some fish. Now, one thing you'll notice is a lot of the spots I like to fish this time of year look similar to this. Big flat sections, right? Shoreline related oftentimes, like this right here. And those spots is where you seem to have a lot of bait slide up into. And obviously you have a lot of walleye sliding up in there early or in this fall time frame. Sure didn't seem to chase that too hard, did they? I mean, you probably had just good. Oh, Cody, dude, what do we got going on there? It is walleye, walleye. All right, well, number one on the hyper rattle, not big. We'll certainly catch larger. And this is one very overlooked thing, I think, that I am still playing around with a lot as well, is throwing these hyper rattles in shallow water. But it is very effective, especially if you have fish that are just kind of like thinking about biting, you know, because it's a good reaction bait. This is our third day fishing this huge warm spell.
Yeah.
And it seems like fish's attitudes have been very similar. It's like they're where they would be in the fall, but like they're almost reluctant. They're not just like all biting right away like they would if it was real kind of cold out, I would say. But
hey, that's coming though.
it is coming, yeah. It's like the fish are like waiting for fall to really hit too. They're in the good locations. Just doesn't seem like they're super bitey yet.
Oh, another one.
Might be the deal. The hyper rattle may be the deal. Just caught that first one. Now we got another one on here.
You're getting larger.
Oh, angry dude. Come here, bud. Pissed off little shallow fall walleyes. And this is one of those lakes which gets a fair amount of pressure, and everybody is chasing these fish on this lake. It's got a ton of fish in it. Very healthy size, like keeper class of walleyes in this lake. But it's always fun to come to these lakes and just, you know, pile them on and get that fall bite kind of fired up, you know. And a lot of these lakes that set up with a lot of shallow water are very good early on in the fall, when you might have some of those lakes that are really big and deep where it takes fish a while to kind of slide up into shallow water. Oh, we're on.
Got him again.
The amount of fish around us is absolutely absurd, you guys. It's a nice one. He's a nice one.
Oh yeah.
Look at him. Absolutely ridiculous, Cody. How many fish are around us?
Oh, that's a snag.
That is the boat.
There's a ton of fish around us.
It's insane, dude. It's absolutely absurd how many fish are like around us. Now, they're not biting super well. I mean, you guys are probably looking at this like, oh, you guys been fishing for 20 minutes and you guys got like 6 or 7 fish already.
Well, Tom's got 6 or 7.
There could be, there's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fish. I mean, we are in the mega school of mega schools. There we go, man. Super nice one right there. I mean, that is what we're after. And it seems like when I see one of those little bit better marks up off bottom, I pitch at it, twitch that hyper rattle a couple times. I do get them to bite. But that kind of seems to be what's working for me. And the truth is that obviously forward facing helps me figure out a lot of that stuff. As far as, you know, put a lot of the pieces of the puzzle together. Boom, baby. He's a nice one. We will remember this day on a really crappy day trying to catch fish through an ice hole. Look like they started getting froggy.
There he is.
Fish on.
Fish on, Tommy.
Maybe it's just the old hyper rattle thing, huh?
It might be.
Might be. There we go.
Not a big one.
Not a giant. One thing about these baits, do not like boat flipping a whole lot of fish on these. How about you?
No, they're actually scary.
I've taken many of these little rascals to the face. Super nice. Are we keeping any today?
Oh, I suppose we could keep a couple.
I haven't had a walleye fish fry since I was in North Dakota last winter.
Oh, I think that means you need to keep a couple fish today.
Lakes like this, I do not feel bad responsibly harvesting a couple. Yep, right there. Dude.
You get him?
It's insane. It's absolutely insane, man. This is 100% the way to fish, though, with these hyper rattles on. I mean, you'd think jig minnow, it just gets so ingrained into your brain.
It does feel right, though, when you think about jigging. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like one of those things you always got to pick up in the morning.
Yeah,
Grab
definitely.
yourself a scoop of minnows.
Scoop of minnows. I mean, don't go anywhere without them in the fall a lot of times, but you obviously don't have to have them. There is something special about fall and just slapping on a jig and a minnow and pounding a bunch of fish. Obviously, we caught fish on them in the last couple of videos, but I mean, keep this little tip in your back pocket because it can obviously be a day saver for sure. Fishing these little hyper rattles and little glide baits and some real shallow stuff. Definitely worth trying out and experimenting with. I got gold on. Cody's kind of rifling through colors. Doesn't seem to matter too much really what color you got on. It's just that real fast and probably that kind of that small profile. You think about a lot of these flats. And one thing you see, what do you see when it's real calm out on these flats, Cody? What do you see when it's real calm up at the surface?
Fish are just pretty stagnant. You have a lot of bait fish sitting really high in the water.
And a lot of times it's real short bait that you see up high. A lot of stuff that looks just like that a lot of these walleyes are just getting shallow and gorging themselves on. And one thing I'll say about fishing these in shallower water, in my experience anyways, first of all, hyper rattle, always want to put a snap on there, but it's a lighter bait and you're fishing shallow. So if I'm out deep a lot of times, you'll see me doing like, you know, like stuff like that. I kind of like to tone it down a little bit, almost just more kind of like this. Let it touch bottom once in a while. A little bit kind of tame down from what you see me do a lot of times with the big ones when I'm fishing out in like 20 to 30 feet of water. You don't need to get quite as snappy, and it's all right even just to kind of like walk it a little ways and not hit bottom and then let it touch. They love these baits. One big trigger for them biting them is a lot of times when you go like some smaller twitches like this and then a big one and then let it hang and fall back to bottom. Whether you're fishing open water or deep pumps or shallow water like this, it seems like they like it when you do this and then big one, let it fall down to bottom. You get a lot of bites right when you do that because bait's got a lot more hang time when it falls. This one?
Yeah.
Jigging a minnow is just like impossible to hook one on, it seems like.
There just must be like tail grabbing it all. Got that one.
Oh, boys. He's on. Nice one.
It's mediocre.
Gosh, these net jobs I've been doing are horrendous.
It doesn't matter though.
Mine was even worse though, at last fish I caught.
We got them. On a nice perky pretty walleye.
They're definitely not biting like super aggressively.
No.
They're definitely taking a little triggering to get them to go. But
It's
we're
kind of
getting
like
them.
that perfect size if you do want to keep a couple.
Tons of perfect eaters. It sounds like you almost want to keep a couple.
Maybe. You seeing a bunch out there?
What's that?
You seeing them out there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're seeing them. We're seeing them out there. Man, it's crazy. We just can't, neither of us can believe that it seems like this is the best way to fish. Probably this video probably sounds like a broken record to you guys now. But it's like, unless you have this hype rattle on, it's kind of the deal. It seems like a nice fish, doesn't it?
Yeah. Looks a lot bigger.
Hopefully we had audio, because I just turned my chesty on. Is he better?
Yeah, he's definitely better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. So scary on the hyper rattle too. Scoop him. There we go, dude. That's a better one on the hyper rattle.
Yeah, that's
Give
the
me
best
some.
fish of the day, dude. Way to go.
Boom. There we go, guys. Beautiful fall walleye. Definitely a little better class of fish. Catching piles of them up shallow today. I mean, that is what it's about right there. Snapping the hyper rattles. That is 100% the bite. So if you're going fall fishing in this warming trend, do not forget to bring a bunch of those kind of mid-sized glide baits. There we go, going back. That is definitely my best one of the day so far. See you later, buddy. Fish on, boys. Oh yeah, decent one.
Good
Well,
one?
we just made a nice move and we're catching fish. We said, you know, if we feel like it should be better, why not make a little move? And that took almost no time. And we're fishing in, obviously the waves are getting a little nautical at this point. So basically, Cody's sitting in the back watching the side imaging, and when he tells me to spot lock, I just spot lock down. Because when you get up here in 4 feet of water and the bow's moving 4 feet, it gets a little challenging at time to read the old forward facing. So side imaging is often king, especially when you get this shallow anyways. All right, guys, we are going to probably wrap it up right there. Terrible sun angle, big time wind, but we caught an absolute pile of fall walleyes today.
Well, you did.
The boat caught a lot. I was just on the money with that hyper rattle, which obviously without that, probably would not have caught as many today, because obviously they definitely wanted that. But hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed this video. We're just gonna wrap it up right there and go tinker around. Obviously we could just kind of keep catching fish on repeat like this all day, more than likely. But shallow water, fall, water temperature 64, 65 degrees is what we've seen today. It definitely needs to get a little colder, and I think the bite will ramp up even more.
Yeah, and we got a big cold snap coming this week, so I gotta imagine by next weekend a lot of these lakes are gonna be really snapping.
Oh yeah, it's like the fish are here, they're just a little fussy to make them bite. But hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this quick little road trip through Minnesota. Not sure where we're gonna be next, but we will hopefully be catching some walleye. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys are not yet, please subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you next time.